Hey, y'all know what it is. Let Me Talk the Podcast, another edition. You know what we do on Let Me Talk the Podcast. We keep it 1,000 because 100 ain't enough. Hey, it gives me great pleasure to bring in one of my big homies, Domo the Problem.
What's up, though?
What's up, Domo, man? You been all right?
Yeah, I've been all right, man. Excited to be here, man.
So a lot of folks might not know who Domo is, so let's start right there. Who the hell is Domo the Problem?
I mean, I'm a man of many traits, man. Different avenues, different fields. You know, you got to be versatile out here.
Yes, sir. So when I first came across you, you was in the music scene. You, your brother, and a couple other folks.
Right. Me, Joe, Money.Domo. I mean, they still out here doing music. I just try to transition away from the music industry because I wanted to go a different route with my life.
Yeah.
You know, and I still love them to death, but being there in the music industry, it just, you know, dug you deeper to the streets.
Yeah.
You know.
So let's talk about the music side of things, man. Cause y'all was killing the game for a minute. You, like you said, you
They still is. They
Joe
still
Blow,
got it.
Money.Domo killing them right now.
Right, yeah,
Dope boys in this, yeah.
Right.
Dope boys in this bitch,
Right.
yeah. So shout out to Money.Domo. So how did y'all even get started with the music?
I mean, they was doing it already every day, and I had a bigger vision for them. You know, like I said, when you out here still in, you know, doing what you do, how you do it, they don't really see the big vision that he got. You know, he don't understand that he really can take over a lot of stuff. And I was just pushing him every day, like, man, come on, go do these shows, go do this. And he's like, man, I don't want to do music. I was like, bro, like, you got a talent that people need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And the same with Joe Blow. And so they finally, you know, got on track and started listening. We started taking over. You know, we had a lot of features with a lot of artists and stuff. You know, a little stuff happened, a little stumble. But, you know, they back out grinding, man. And, you know, Joe Blow, he touched back down July 22nd. He come home. So they're going to hit the grounds, you know, still doing music.
Joe Blow is your real life brother?
That's my real brother.
Like blood brother.
Blood brother.
Okay, that's what's up. So what was that big song? Y'all had a big song that was crazy in the street. What was that big song?
Too Many Racks.
Yeah.
Too Many Racks with PB Longway, man.
Yeah.
So like I said, man, that song really, you know, transformed him into an artist. But like I say, he ran into a lot of legal trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, they did their time, you know, they stayed solid. Now they, you know, come back to the streets. Mo got home first. Mo, you know, running. I tell him every day, man, I just want to see you really make it. You feel me? I help you in the background, you know, as much as you need it. But I really want to see Mo make it, man. He got a good heart. He take care of a lot of people, do a lot of good stuff, and ask for nothing in return. That's what a lot of people understand, you know, about him. But his music that he got, the world didn't hear that.
Yeah. What was your position with the whole? Because y'all had a label too, right?
Yeah.
What was the name of the label?
But it's Money.Domo Entertainment now. But you know, I ain't gonna speak on the past. Like,
Okay. hey, we keep it 1,000 because ain't enough. You don't want to speak on it. I respect it.
Right.
I respect it. But so y'all had the label Money.Domo Entertainment now. So what was your role and what was your position with it?
Back then I was their manager. So like I say now, you know, Mo in good hands. He with mine, and he's with Mo as well, another guy named Mo. So like I say, he's in good hands, man. He's, you know, level-headed, going hard with the music. You know, cause like I said, that music need to be heard. He got the streets on lock, man, and that's what you need.
He absolutely does have the streets on lock right now with the music and everything. So you mentioned the street life. How was it, or how hard is it to lead a street life and mess with the music? Because we know what the street life bring money, bring fame, it also bring death and jail.
Exactly.
So how do you leave that alone and say, well, we're gonna tap into the music?
Like I said, with me, I left it alone because like I said, I got kids.
Yeah.
And I can't be selfish to them. So I know, I tell the people all the time, I was never scared of death or jail. I don't care about that. But what I did, I never wanted to see another man take care of my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I just know I had to transpire to be something different. And I knew, like, Mo and my brothers, if I'm around and something happen, you know, it's gonna happen. You feel me? I ain't gonna ask no questions about it. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But I know if I'm gonna put myself in that situation, you know, like I said, I don't have to be there.
Yeah.
So the music, man, like I said, with the hate, you know, like I said, that's their lifestyle. They got the image, you know, that the chains, the jewelry, you know, the stuff they still live every day, and it's just I don't knock nobody's stuff. You feel me? But I still love everybody the same. Like I said, I know what I gotta do as a man to take care of my kids and be there. So
did something happen to you when you was just like, what was that epiphany moment when you was like, was it you having kids or was it just something that happened? You was like, man, I just can't do that no more.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've been through a lot of shit. People, I mean, I've been shot, stabbed. You feel me? I've been locked up. Like I say, just with my sons and my kids, my daughters, they came out. Like I just knew I had to be there for them.
Yeah.
You know, and I say it was good. I mean, I've been on, I had Duchess from Black Ink Crew. I was on, doing management stuff with her, traveling across, doing a lot of stuff. I did stuff with Moneybag, helped them here, helped them around with Snooty. Rest in peace, Snooty. Like I said, I did a lot with a lot of.
Yeah, you was a hell of a manager. I used to see you making moves, like for real.
Right.
Like I used to see you making moves with a lot of folks, and one thing about it, man, you was definitely respected in what you brought to the table as a manager.
Right, exactly.
So,
like I said, a lot of that stuff comes with. I tell people now, man, like, in that field, it was more of like that respect level that we had, and like I said, it was trying to do that and keep business professional, and a lot of club owners had a lot of a lot of stuff, to go through in the door. But like I say, we had to grow.
You grown now, man. You still making moves. Your folks still doing music. Domo the problem. So I'm looking one day, I see Domo the manager, then I see Domo the problem. Domo out here got down, body slamming nigga, got down, fight nigga. Like for real, now you actually became an MMA fighter.
Yes.
Like how did that come about?
So it was crazy. I was on probation.
Okay.
And once again, I was like, dang, I'm on probation. I like to fight. So how can I still make this work? Like I said, I'm a businessman. I try to make money off a lot of things and help a lot of people do it. So I was like, I'm on probation. If I go outside and I go to the club, I get in a fight, I'm gone.
Yeah, locked up.
So I was like, I still want to fight though. So I ended up, it was crazy. I ended up fighting a guy on the street. He was already a professional fighter.
Okay.
And I dog walked. And he seen me out at Chuck E. Cheese. He was like, man, come train with me. And I was like, I bet I'm gonna come train. So I went training. And he actually
hold up, Domo. So y'all get into a street fight.
Yeah,
he's a professional fighter.
Already, yeah.
You whoop his ass.
Yeah.
And then nigga say, come train with me.
Yeah. I mean,
well, what movie that's in? That's in a movie. That don't happen in real life, bro.
I still got
that don't happen in real life.
I still got the message, man. Like
I believe
right,
it, but I'm just
right.
saying that just don't seem like that happened in real life.
It was funny though, because he actually helped train me for my first fight.
That's what's up, man.
And,
that's coming full circle right there.
So I told him, I said, man, like, only thing I can do out of this, like I say, because it was a whole different level of fighting. Street fighting and MMA fighting. Totally
Absolutely.
Different. I fight in the street for a minute. You tired. Now I got to fight for 20, 30 minutes. So I told him, I said, man, listen, like, my help to you, I help you get sponsorships and stuff for you being a fighter. You know? Like I said, he didn't have that.
Yeah, because you was already like a manager, so you dealt with brands anyway.
Right. So so like I said, he ended up. It was funny. I won my first fight. He finally took his first loss as a professional fighter because he was undefeated. And like I said, I went on to win my next 4. He went on to lose his next 3.
Damn.
And I haven't seen him, talk to him since. Literally since that night of my first fight, I haven't talked to him, heard from him since. But fighting, man, like I say, I love to do it. I know I didn't want to get in all that other trouble, so I was like, I'm about to fight. It's just, actually with fighting, it really humbled me a lot. Because it just showed me a whole nother lifestyle. If you a host, radio host, and you don't want to talk to people normally all day long when you go home.
Right.
So after I check out the gym for fighting, I don't want to go outside and fight nobody. I'm like, man, I come to the gym. We can.
You already got that out.
Right.
And I make money doing this.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. But so why you say like what made you like to fight? Like, did you grow up fighting? Like, what made you want to fight?
So I grew up in Adderall Apartments, East Side.
East side of Charlotte, y'all.
Right, 5700.
Yeah.
So, Section 8 living. I had to fight. Every time I went outside, it was literally I had to fight for something. And my older cousins, if I wanted some candy, I had to fight. Playing football, we had to fight.
Yeah.
So everything I just had to do, I had to fight. And a lot of it endured with, what happened inside the house. My mother and my father was going through, their troubles and stuff. And it just built a lot of frustration up inside of me. And as soon as I left the house, the first person said something to me, I raged out.
Take your time, bro.
Right. So like
and then you light skin, you got to prove yourself everywhere you go.
Exactly.
I know how it go. I ain't light skin, but I know how they did light skin dudes back then. Because y'all always, what pretty girls got all the girls. I mean, pretty boys got all the girls, dressed nice. That nigga think he's somebody. So you just get tried just off of that.
Exactly.
It's crazy though. But
So like I say, that anger from inside the house, man. Like I say, not having food, hearing the arguments, my mama getting into it, getting beat. Like I said, it took a lot. I'm 8 years old, 10 years old, trying to fight a grown man. You feel me? Like, and a grown man that was supposed to love me. You feel me? And care for me. So like I said, when I went outside, I really I didn't really care. And that held up a long way of my life because like I said I was selfish. You know, I was selfish to myself because I felt like I ain't have nothing to lose because it was just me. I feel like, you know, I was in the house, I wasn't really happy. Outside, I wasn't really happy. So like I said, I had to grow as a man to really come to realize that can't nobody change, you know, me but me.
Yeah.
So I just had to, you know, limit a lot of distractions and focus on myself for real.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Let Me Talk the podcast. I'm No Limit Larry. I'm with my man, Domo the Problem. He's keeping it 1,000 because 100 ain't enough. So, Domo, we going through school. You know, we deal with a lot of issues in the house, and a lot of people go through that. And everybody reacts to it differently. Now, going through school, how was it going through grade school and, you know, middle school, high school? Like, were you getting into fights? Were you a good student? I know you played football. Right. Cause I just know that about you. You play football and stuff. Right. Cause I remember we were playing flag. You say, "Nigga, I do this." Right. I'm like, "Okay, I respect game."
Yeah, I got, you know, back on football. You know, I got 2 state rings.
Yeah.
I went undefeated through high school. I, you know, played.
What high school? Shut high school out.
Well, first high school I went to was Harder. I got kicked out fighting. Went to Dorado, but you know, the high school, Butler High School.
Okay.
You know, I really.
You played with Coach Newsom?
Yeah, Coach Newsom.
Oh, my dog.
I still talk to him to this day. A funny story. I had to go back and apologize to him and Coach Hells when I came back and after I got out of jail and I went to him, I looked in the face and I said, you know, I'm sorry, I apologize. And they was like, for what? I said, everything y'all tried to get me to do and put me on the right path, I wasn't trying to listen. And I thought they were trying to pick on me. I thought they were just trying to tell me what they wanted me to hear. And it was really what I needed to do.
Yeah.
And like I said, it took a lot of getting shot, getting stabbed, getting locked up to really figure out, you know, like, dang, these coaches was right, you know. Used to be times he'll pull college coaches to come see me, and he'd be like, "Oh, well, we got this guy, you know, Dominique, man, he's good at football." Tell him all these great things, and be like, "But he can't stay out of trouble. He like to fight. He like to do this." And I used to get mad.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, coach gonna do me like that?" But then I had to realize my coach had, you know, it was a business to him. So if he sent me up there and I get in trouble, these coaches would never come at me other kids.
Right, your representation of
right. So like I said, at that time, I never realized it like that. But now I do. And like I said, I had to go back and apologize to them a lot. And I still talk to teachers to this day, you know, that helped me. Because they was kicking me out of class left and right. They was like, "Nah, go sit in the teacher class. She'll talk to you, calm me down."
Yeah.
And like I said, but I always went to school. I ain't never skipped.
That's dope.
And I tell people this all the time. It wasn't because I
might knock a nigga out of the school, but he was there.
Yeah.
But he was there.
But to be real though, I went to school for that free lunch and free, you know.
Yeah. Nah, but you know what though? Yeah, and
so,
a lot of kids don't eat at home.
Right.
And you know, we know that because we came up, like I came up like that too. Like not necessarily like we didn't have food, it's just like sometimes I didn't want that.
Or wasn't enough.
Yeah. And mama, look, when mama say you gonna eat,
you gonna eat.
You don't eat that, you don't eat.
Right, exactly.
So going to school, like and a lot of people came from the same walks of life, came from the same background. They know, like, bro, we got to eat lunch at school.
Exactly. So I went there. I had breakfast. You know, I wanted it. That sausage pizza.
Yeah.
I needed that.
That's pizza.
I needed that.
Shit, we ate that.
Right.
They won't eat that today. Them kids, they be like, nah, we eat that.
We eat that. Right.
We fuck that up.
Right.
Real.
I need that pizza. You know what I mean? So I went to school. You know, like I said, I made sure I ate. You feel me? And like I said, I was just going through a lot in school. You know? And like I was living in terror, like getting kicked out of class, live every day. You know, and it's funny. I show you the message, and so you want to know. I just rekindled with one of my English teachers, and I went to Oregon, and I got picked for the MVP out there, and they was talking to me, and I had to do a speech, you know, interview, and it was horrible. And I came back to class the next day, and she was like, "You embarrassed me." And I was like, "What you mean?" She was like, "I'm your English teacher, and this how you go, you know, represent me." So I just met her again yesterday. I ain't talked to her since high school. I wrote her, and I said, "Miss Everett, how you doing?" She go, "It depends on who's asking me." She said, "Is it a new man or is it the same guy from school?"
Wow.
If it's the same guy from school, I don't want to talk to him.
I don't want to talk to him.
I'll show you the message, man.
I believe you.
So she
hey,
said,
we keep it 1,000 because 100 ain't enough, so I believe.
And I said, "No, ma'am, you know, I changed. I told her everything I was doing." And she was like, "I knew you would get there, you know." And she ended up donating to my nonprofit. She was like, "Anything that you need put out, you know, PR work, I do it for you for free." You know, she was like, I still see some misspelling wrong and grammar. She was like, I'm a little disappointed in that.
True English
Right,
teacher. She still
right.
got the red pen.
Right. Yeah, so like I said, and that's why, and I exactly told her. I said, well, I hope you got your red pens.
Yeah, the English teachers that listen. Bro, I used to go through it too. Shout out to my English teachers, man. All of them. Miss McCauley was my favorite. Like, that's my favorite teacher of all time. I still keep in contact with her today. Like, she recently, a couple years ago, had her 70th birthday. She invited me out. But, man, I just get my damn... I just knew I wrote that one. When she'll bring it back with that red pen, I'd be like, damn! Right. But those kind of teachers pour into you, and they make sure you straight. Not just for that moment, but for life.
Exactly.
Yeah, for life.
And like I said, I couldn't be mad at them when, you know, they didn't take grass to me because like I said, I didn't deserve to be held. You feel me? Because like I said, I was going through so much. They tried, and you can only hold on to a rope for so long before you start burning, hurting yourself. And at that time, you gotta let go. Like I said, I knew what I was. You know, at that time, I knew I had to be, you know, go learn on my own. But that's why I'm here now. Is with that nonprofit I was telling you about is to grasp these young men and change them. You know?
Yeah, so you play with Christian LeMay.
Yeah, I played with Christian LeMay.
Yeah, I remember that. Listen,
yeah.
I was over there at our school because me and Coach Newsom got really cool because he knew that I liked being around, you know what I mean, young men and young women who was on the right path, and even the ones who wasn't on the right path. Because, you know, where we come from, even in Charlotte, like North Charlotte, East Charlotte, you know, you can easily get swept up.
Right.
You can get swept up into a lifestyle. And I just always wanted to be a person to say, listen, bruh, you don't have to go that way. I can show you how to go another way. Exactly. Just like somebody can show you how to break down a pack, I can show you another way you can go. It just might take a little more work. But you got to get there. You're not going to go to jail. You're not going to die 9 times out of 10. You're not going to be dodging cases and dodging police officers. So me and Coach Newsom developed a nice relationship. I met Christian LeMay when he went through his situation. I talked to him, and I was like, bro, just keep your head up, man. You know once you get in a certain light, people going to come for you.
Exactly.
So it's a lot. Even like you was talking about with the music game, it's a lot out there. It's a lot of glitz and glamour, but underneath all that, it's still dirt and rocks.
There's a lot of dirt. That's a lot.
Even so, it's even like there was sports we see major athletes go through that today. Like, man, like everybody wonders how do they get in trouble, because y'all see the glitz and glamour, but the dirt and rocks, they out there, and it's more of that than it is the glitz and glamour.
There's a lot more. Like I said, everybody go through stuff, so there's a lot going on that people don't know. And finally, when you finally hear about it, you're like, wow, that's bad. But like I said, they dealing with a lot behind the scenes, and it's a lot for anybody at that caliber of no matter what you're doing in profession, whether you're a manager or something, anything, you gotta hold yourself, to that standard.
Yeah, hold yourself accountable.
And it's hard to, because a lot of people, when you go out everyday life, you got a lot of stuff happening, but you gotta have a thicker skin than everybody.
Mm-hmm. So you won 2 state titles in high school.
Yeah.
I know the colleges were calling, so you decided not to go. Did you go? Did you even step into that college ram and give it a shot?
Alright, so
we keep it 1,000 because 100 ain't enough. Domo the problem. What's up?
So let me tell you, Coach Poindexter from University of Virginia came in, recruited me. Got down there, they had a grades to get in. They sent me to a private college, Fairham University. Got there, and you know what happened? What you think happened?
Got in trouble, got in a fight, went to jail.
I beat somebody that's so bad.
God damn, Domo.
They called the SWAT team on me.
God damn, the SWAT team.
No lie, man. So I got arrested for it. I had so many just for a fight. Got arrested for it.
Hold on, they called a SWAT team for a fight.
It was
that bad though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
what you do in the fight, Domo? I just want to know. For them to call the SWAT team, you got to tell me.
I literally just, I can't. Well, the case closed. I beat the charge.
It's over now.
But I just literally did them dirty. I mean, just did them dirty.
Domo seems so nice. Like, I just did them dirty.
Yeah, right. And, but that was a Commonwealth state, so
Virginia.
Every little thing they charge. They charge me.
They make up charges in Commonwealth state. They do what they want to with you.
I mean, they charged me with hate crimes because the guy was, he was mixed. They charged me with hate crime.
Man, hold on, goddamn minute. A big guy, they gave you a hate crime charge?
I'm not lying to you, man.
It's Virginia. There's certain places you just don't want to even test the law.
When I was beating the boy up, his phone fell on the floor. Somebody took his phone. I got charged with robbery. I got charged with so much stuff, and it was just crazy, man. I was literally.
How many charges did you end up with?
It was like 26.
God, From one fight.
From a fight.
SWAT team, 26 charges, one fight.
Right.
Damn.
And then, like I said, it didn't make it no better because then when they was looking for me, they went to my dorm room. And nobody ever went to my dorm room like that. But my dorm room, I had painted all over my walls Charlotte stuff.
Yeah.
So
We're going to represent the city now, I'm going to tell you that. No matter what
like
we do.
I
we're going to represent.
I was literally young and dumb. And I painted Charlotte all over my wall with a Sharpie marker.
Yeah.
And drew the Queen City logo, started writing, East Side, I was getting everybody from my neighborhood name on the wall.
Yeah. So now they think you're in the game. I know when they came and they thought you was in the game.
Exactly what happened. So it's funny though, because me and my brother, he was the one that picked me up from school.
Joe. Okay.
He went to prison for 1.5 years for that.
Mm-hmm.
Literally in Virginia. For this, he got locked up for the same thing. I got locked up too.
For picking you up?
So they said we was in this biggest game, dog. It was just crazy.
Oh, wow.
And he was throwing up East Side in his pictures. And we throw up East Side, so they thought it was a game. So when we go to Virginia, mind you, the jail, the intake center is no bigger than this.
Mm-hmm.
And they had our pictures on the wall and was like the biggest game members in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm like, what? I ain't never been in a game in my life. What y'all talk about? But like I said,
Damn.
And then they never knew me and him was brothers.
Right.
And my father's black, his father's white, and they never knew we was blood brothers. So they was like, oh yeah, because it took them like 1.5 years to catch me.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't get caught that day?
Nah, I ain't
Even with
get
the
caught
SWAT
that-
team?
No, we was out of there. So my brother got arrested at court.
Okay.
And they was like, oh, we looking for this guy Munja. They didn't know we was brothers, and he was like, man, listen, I'm gonna take the charge. You go play football. But they wasn't stopping, man. They ended up catching me on Albemarle Road. I was walking down the street, and a cop pulled over that played at Butler High School.
Damn.
And mind you, I'm not even thinking about no warrant or none of this. He was just talking to me. He's like, man, you still playing football? And I was like, yeah, I'm going back to school, in a couple months. And he was like, okay. Well, I hope you do good. And I was like, all right. And I'm going to turn around and walk away. He grabbed me. He was like, well, I got a hold because I know you got a warrant. And I was like, what?
Ain't got no damn warrant.
Now, mind you, this is a guy I played football with.
Right.
Man, and called and had a warrant, man. And they sent me back to Virginia. I had to get extradited. They held me for about 3 weeks in the county here before they came and got me.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and I was like, man, so they found, so I ended up beating the charges, got out the guy, he played on my football team, the guy I beat him, beat up in Virginia. So they ended up not pressing the charges when he didn't come to court.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was crazy stuff.
So you came through that one?
Yeah, I got through that one.
Whew.
Then
26 charges, one fight, and a SWAT team.
Right.
Did y'all get that?
then come home and then get shot.
Damn, so, but, hey, I told you, let me talk the podcast and keep it 1,000 because 100 ain't enough. I'm No Limit Larry, Domo the problem. So we at the crib, what happens on the day that you get shot, if you remember?
A lot. It was a lot. Like I said, things happen. Like I said, I ended up getting shot from it.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk for about almost 2 years. So I had to do my own rehab and stuff. And like I said, at that time, the medicine that they was giving me, I was trying to take it because I didn't want to stay up. I felt from a man to be able to do so much stuff on my own now to I got to sleep on the floor because I can't get in my bed.
You can't do that. You feel helpless?
Yeah, I felt helpless. So I started taking, the Percocets to go to sleep because I didn't want to be up to see nothing. And like I said, I couldn't go eat on my own. I couldn't shower, and I'm just like, dang, like this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where you got shot at?
In my hip.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to have reconstructive hip surgery.
Damn.
And everything, yeah. So like I said, man, that all happened 2012, 2013. Like I say, everybody go through things, and everybody got to change. Everybody got something, and I think that's what makes me to be a vessel to these young men now. It's like,
you got a real story to tell them, and they respect that.
and they can relate.
And they can relate, yeah.
So it's not like an older guy's telling them something,
Yeah.
and they feel like, oh, I got to listen to him. And my father's like, nah, man. Like a lot of these young men, they seen it firsthand, and a lot of them ask me today, like, man, why you change? How you can change? I want, I want to be like that. And I tell them the first step, you got to change it yourself. You feel me? I'm gonna help y'all so much, and and gather y'all around and try to help y'all change y'all life. I can't hold your hand the whole way, but it's other ways to live than what you think it is. And like a lot of times I say, growing up in the community that we grow up in, we feel like that's all we got. We feel like and the stuff that's inside our community is at that time, it wasn't people around like you. A lot of people like you. Like OGs. These OGs in this generation, the little 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds, they doing the same thing these little kids do.
Right, and they trying to bring in 12 and 13-year-olds.
Damn right,
which is crazy.
So it's like I say, there's a lot of men. Like I say, and that's why I respect you highly because you do so much in the community. Not even dealing with the entitlement of your profession. You do a lot because, like you say, you don't want to see young men take that route.
Right, I have family members go through it,
right.
And I know what it was for me because like I got tried every day, bro.
Right.
Bro, man, just try this back over here, or just do that, or I see it in my household. Like I tell people all the time, my mama was in the game, so I saw, I seen it get broke down right on my kitchen table. But at the same time, my mama never pushed me to go that direction.
Right.
She always poured into me to do something else. My cousins, they was like, "Nah, you too smart." But at the same time, outside of that, like when you in school, you walking through the neighborhood, you see it. And you want the stuff that they want. Like, I mean, that they got. Like, they got cars, they got jewelry, they got girls, they got clothes, they got every pair of Jordans come out. Like, right now, you like, shh. And we living like this, But at the same time, you have another side that somebody's always talking to you. And for me growing up, we had big brothers in the neighborhood that said, bro, we not let y'all peewees do that.
Right, exactly.
And get the hell out of the corner. And they'll run you in the house.
That's the
difference. They didn't play.
That's the difference, like I said, because there's people, like I say, in your generation that took care of me when I was growing up, like the guys, and they did what they did, and they took care of the community.
Right.
They did the book bag drives, they did the ice cream trucks for the kids. You don't got, hey, little bro, you don't got no money for school, here goes some money. Right. Like I say, now coming up in our generation, these dudes, hey, bro, go sell this pack at school.
Yeah, come on, man, sell that. That's crazy, man.
And they doing it for the greed. You feel me? That's why I tell a lot of kids. I said, "Oh, my plug just gave me this." I said, "He don't care about you. He just know you can make that." And the same thing I tell them is, I tell everybody this: these dudes out here, y'all selling what y'all selling. You can do the same thing legitimate in the business. And think about how much more money you can make. Because now you marketing a product that you can't even put out to the public. You got to keep it a secret.
Well, they don't even keep it a secret no more. Here they
on Instagram. Right. but
I buy more weed off Instagram than anywhere else.
But that's why I tell them, I said, y'all got a product that y'all can't even really market to the public. Right. You really got a business, but the only thing different is the paperwork. And I said, if you don't understand the paperwork, pay somebody to do it. And that's the only difference. I'm telling y'all really running the business. Y'all just running the wrong type of business. Right. But like I said, they pulling it back to the youth the wrong way, and that's what I don't respect now, because everybody don't got the same life that you got. You feel me? So these little kids, they might be doing good at home, but they outside more than today. Because I know, like me, when I came home from school, I couldn't go in the house. I put my book bag down, and I had to go play outside until the street lights come on. I snacks and stuff for sitting on the front porch. Like, you come in this house more than twice, you staying in. And I wanted to be outside.
Everybody wanted to be outside.
Right. And,
that's where the action was at.
Right. It wasn't no Instagram. Like we see
action was outside.
We see all the bikes at the little green little electrical box. We know all right, they back there. You feel me? Right. We going back there to play. But like I say, these kids now, once they come outside, they got the people that they look up to. They got the cars and the clothes. They like, I want to be like that. But these dudes ain't stopping them. And like I say, that's where I want to bridge that gap at, because don't force your life on somebody else's life. You feel me? That person, this child don't gotta take that right. You feel me? If anything, you know what you went through. Help this child get to be something different. Help the community get somewhere different. And like I said, that's where a lot of men like ourselves, that we know a lot of people in the community that we can change, so they they look up to us. They respect what you got going on, and they just need that guidance. And I had I was talking with an older gentleman the other day, and he said something to me that really stuck out. He said, "Man, when you see an African American boy walking with his father, what's the first thing you ask him?" I was like, "What sport you play?" And he was like, "If you see, a Caucasian male walking with his parents, what they ask him, what you want to be when you get older." And it really hit me, because, like I said, my nonprofit organization I got is called Brewer Sports to Capture Foundation. So what I'm doing is using the sports to bring these kids from all walks of life, to get them, and then I could be a vessel and plant seeds into these kids, because now I got them for 2 hours. I know if I got these kids for 2 hours, and I can literally teach a lot of different stuff into them besides football. Like I said, this is just to get them here. And like I said, we got the best coaches. We got the best best people in place. Like I say, everybody that's on my coaching staff, they are our fathers, their husbands, and they played the game, and they know how to teach things to these kids. So like I said, we want to teach these kids that use this sport as a gateway to get in for your education wise.
Before we get to the nonprofit and everything you're doing with that, you still doing the MMA fighting, or you left it alone? What's going on with that?
Listen, my door always open for any fight, but I need to get paid. I tell people all the time.
Yeah.
They don't know I average $38,000 in ticket sales.
Yeah.
And I sell these by hands. I sell them within 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I had 16 different sponsors for MMA. I had people sponsoring the events, and came the time where these promoters thought that they smarter than you know. And when
That's in the business though.
And so when I learned, like I say, I tell them, I fought to save my life. I ain't fight because it was something that just came up out the blue. Now I fought because I was on probation. I fought to save my life. I finally got probation with no troubles. So I need to get paid for it. So if I'm bringing you 30, 40, 50K for a one-time event, and you think you're only gonna pay me 5,000, 10,000, 15, it's not happening.
Yeah.
So like I say, if you want me to fight, I need to be rewarded for it. And I'm not going backwards. So if my first fight I made 5,000, my second fight I made 10, my third fight I made 15, I'm not taking no less.
Yeah.
So when COVID happened, they're like, oh well, we can't have fans and blah blah blah. I said, that's fine, but you can sell pay-per-view still, right? I need a percentage of that. Oh no, because it costs so much. I said, it don't cost you nothing now because like I said, I'm a businessman. So now you went from a big venue where you had to have enough space, capacity for 3,000-4,000 people. Now they went to a little room where capacity was 500. Just to set up for the fights. That cost dropped tremendously.
Right.
Now you don't have to pay staff members because it's an all online event.
Right. And you're gonna get more online views because people ain't got nothing else to do.
And so I tell them is now I can market this to more people outside, because I know people in Miami, New York, and all over the place now, and my ticket sales gonna double and triple. And they wasn't trying to do it, and they were trying to be greedy. So I told them I'm not fighting. And it came to a time where they had a fight, and they wanted me to come. They called me literally with 3 days' notice. Was like, oh, come down here, but we're not gonna pay you. We just let you get the ticket sales. So it's not happening. I need the money, and I want my ticket sales. Yeah, so that's in my contract. So they send me a contract. I send my contract right back to them.
Yeah.
This is the price I want, and I want 30 to 40% of my ticket sales.
Yeah.
Because I sell more tickets than the whole fight card combined.
That's dope.
And
so you think about doing your own fight? Because I mean, this seems like the direction that you're going.
So I tried that, but they wouldn't let me fight if I was the promoter. So I went. So yeah, and at the time, like I said, you couldn't have no felonies and nothing like that. And I was going through a whole bunch of cases. And so the next thing was, okay, well, I was going to find somebody to have my own business. Because I wanted to be like Floyd. Because I got my own money, I can buy my own event, but then they stopped me because of your background. But like I say, now that I've been cleared from everything, I have nothing on my record, that's probably another route.
Man, that's dope. That's dope. Domo the problem, man. Let me talk the podcast where we keep it 1,000 because 100 ain't enough. Domo definitely been keeping it 1,000 a day. We're about to talk about Domo's nonprofit. Right? Let me talk the podcast, man. You know what? We keep it 1,000 because 100 ain't enough. Rolling with my man Domo the problem. So Domo, you done been through life. You done seen it from every side of it. Now you got a nonprofit, which is dope. So tell me about your nonprofit.
So the nonprofit organization is called Brewers Sports to Capture Foundation. What we're doing is, it's our first year, we got football right now.
Okay.
So next year we're looking to add track, baseball, soccer, and cheerleading. So the organization, the whole purpose is to capture a large body of kids, that's going through a lot, especially at that age group that we offer from the age. Right now, we have 7 all the way up to age 12. At that time, especially for young men, it's valuable that you plant a seed into them and you get them ready for the future. Because at that time, they learned a lot of different stuff. They finally started to realize what music is. They really started to learn their environment. But the sport, like I say, the foundation that we set upon is, it's more than life to sports, but we're gonna teach you through sports. And it's like they're gonna be happy doing it, they're gonna love doing it. But I know once I have them in my setting, and I have them for 2 hours a day, and a total after a week it'll probably be about 10 hours. I know I can't fail these kids, and I know once I install, great characteristics and values of leadership into them, that they'll be able to go on and use it. Because get a lot of kids think, I'm gonna go to the NFL, I'm gonna do this and that. Only literally probably 1% go to the NFL.
Right.
But you gotta have a plan for that. So you want to be a doctor. I tell kids all the time, you want to be a doctor, right? school costs about $80,000 to $100,000
or more.
or way more. I said, well, when you go on and you graduate school, you come out and you got these loans you got to pay back. And I said, now I just had to talk to my son. I said, buddy, you make $800 a week. Now you only make $600 because you taking $200 to pay back for student loans. I said, but we're gonna use this sports as gateways, to teach you more traits and skills in life. So we have a lot of foundation set up inside of here where we have a lot of bonding to teach kids, how to shave their face, tie ties, how to write resumes, how to, I got a building a building company, so I'm gonna teach these kids, general things, how to build, like I say, outside of playing football. So it's gonna be a lot of different community engagements that we do with these kids inside of our foundation to make them not only better players, but better young men and better, and then like I said, when we get to the young ladies, when we add more things, better humans at all, outside of life, outside of sports.
So let me ask you this, because you hit on something that I also touch on. Is I got to teach me how to fish day that I do here in the city, and it encompasses fishing, tying a tie, just general things like changing the tire on the car. Where did you learn that stuff at? Like, did you learn that from mom, dad? Like, where did you get it from?
To be honest, I learned, my father did teach me, how to be a man.
Okay.
But he left me at a young age. He left me going into 6th grade. And at that time, once again, I was had to figure out life on my own, how to be a man. So he taught me, he taught me how to cook, he taught me how to fish and stuff like that. Like I said, when he did leave, it left a big old gap, and I was searching for, that guidance on how to really do a lot more stuff. So I know now that I did go through all that and I learned all that, and I am a father and I install those same characteristics into my son. I want to start that into not only my son, my daughters as well. I want to start that into the community. And it's a lot of people, it's a lot of young men still to this day that don't know how to change tires.
Right, exactly. So that was my thing, that, and being around youth, and you figured out, like, if nobody never gives you this information, you don't have it.
You don't have it.
So I started to wonder, like, damn, where did I get it from? And I started to remember, well, I got it from this guy, that guy,
exactly.
and just kind of picked it up because my dad didn't really give me that. But like, I got it from other men. Like, my brother taught me some stuff.
Right.
My uncles taught me some stuff. Some coaches taught me some stuff. My mom taught me how to tie a tie. But it's just so many people, so especially young men, we don't get that information.
Exactly.
So you got your man with you. Who is your man you got with you?
This is Nigel Johnson, man. He's a great man, a great father, a great husband. He's my assistant head coach for the program. Like I say, in this program, I tell these guys, we got to be committed to these young men. I don't, and that's why the guys I did, bring on, I had to make sure they was fathers. Because if I'm having you around these kids and you don't really understand the responsibility it takes to raise a child, like I said, these kids gonna be more than football players and athletes to us. They're really gonna become our kids. I'd say if you don't understand that responsibility, I can't bring you and put you into this responsibility. Because you're not gonna really know how to understand it. A lot of people do because they go to school or certain stuff for that, but that's not what I want for my foundation. I want direct correspondence to know how to relate, because like a lot of kids go through a lot and they can be angry, a lot of stuff, but I know the stuff that we did during our life that we can touch on that subject a lot better.
Elijah, what's up with you, big brother?
What's going on, man?
All right, man. So you're a part of the program. What do you bring to the table with the program?
Really just, my experience in life as well. I actually grew up down the street, Dillahait Courts, man. 19 years of my life, all the way till I went to college. Single mom household, had 4 siblings, but I was the man. To say the least, I was the man, but sports was my outlet. Sports was my outlet my entire life. I started playing when I was 8. I actually started playing basketball when I was 6, but I started playing the sport that I came to love, which is football, when I was 8. And I played football all the way up through college, until I went to the military and kind of, I don't want to say I quit football, but I had a bigger responsibility. I had 2 sons at that time. I didn't have a mentor to kind of tell me, look, bro, like, if you dedicate this time through college, you can set your kids up for life if you get, drafted to the NFL. I went to West Charlotte. I played with Scoot, Artie, all those guys. You know, so I played with some real ball players. And like I said, it was my outlet. I got a scholarship to go to college. It didn't you know, it didn't happen for a lot of people, but I was one of those guys that if any door opened for me, I'm gonna try my best to, you know, take it on any opportunity, and that's what happened with me going to Seton Hill up in Pennsylvania. I left home. I did get homesick. I was young. I was 18 years old. I'd never been gone. You know,
and that happens for a lot of men and women. Like even when they go off to college, just period. Like without sports, they get homesick.
Yeah.
So they were like, I just want to go home. Yeah.
And then not having a father in my life, I felt like I was my mom's. Not to be weird, but I felt like I was my mom's husband. I felt like
you feel like you gotta take care of the household. Yeah, you gotta take care of the household.
Right.
You said you was a man, so we get it.
And being gone, so you know, it kind of hit me when I was gone, and I was actually gone. I can't protect my mom. I can't protect my sisters. I can't, in my mind, take care of my sons. You know, that was back here. So I was like, you know what? After this season, I'm gonna go ahead and go home. I'm gonna go back to school. Went to UNC Charlotte. This was 2012, though. They didn't have a football team at the time. So I said, you know, I'm gonna have to make a decision, you know, and that's ultimately where I decided to join the military. I went to the United States Army, 82nd Airborne, 2501, shout out,
shout out to the military.
But yeah, I went to the military, man, and got some qualities that, you know, I never forget. And with that being said, you know, that's what I bring to the table, my discipline, the respect that I have for human life in general. I was 11 Bravo. If anybody, you know, want to look that up, it's an infantryman. It's the guys that stand on the front line and do what has to be done.
I didn't know what the hell that meant, but I'll take it.
We call it 11 Bang Bang.
11 Bang Bang?
Bang Bang, yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, after my stint in the military, you know, I got out and I started working, you know, as a dad, but I knew there was more. Honestly, you know, I don't want to make it about me, but Domo, me and him been close for a long time, but he reached out to me and it kind of brought something out of me because I see what he wanted to do with the organization, and for him to want me to be, you know, his right hand man to get into the community in the way that we're about to, you know, it really brought something out of me. I was a natural leader. I was a leader in the military as well. I trained soldiers, but I had 4 sons. So, you know, that experience, having 4 sons, my oldest is 13. I'm only 30, but, you know, I've been there for my kids from day one. You know, I've seen all my sons born. The last son, they actually let me deliver him. And when I say that, like, I really...
now you're a doctor now. You're a doctor now.
Funny thing is,
you're a doctor now.
I actually went to school. I went to school. I wanted to be an OBGYN.
That's what's
Going to
up.
school my first 2 years, I majored in biology. Made the dean's list my first 2 years. I mean, I was an outstanding student, man. Yeah, so,
that's dope.
Yeah, so,
I'm messing with you, but that's really dope.
Well, yeah, I didn't finish college. If I was to go back, I have over 60 college credits. But, you know, I've been doing great, you know, outside of not having a degree. Just networking with different people, working in different industries, and just kind of building up, you know, my...
So let me ask you this, Nigel, because
yes, sir.
I know y'all get all types of young men that come into the program from like probably a lifestyle like Domo, from a lifestyle like me. Like, you know, when you come in, like some of them might be smart, some of them might need a little extra help, like with their academics and education.
Right.
What do you tell those young men when they come in?
So to touch on that, we have a whole thing set up for them.
Okay.
So I tell them all the time, man, academics is the biggest part. Like I say, it's a business. This athleticism, that's only 10%. You feel me? There's a lot of other stuff, your character, your attitude, your schoolwork, you know, that's what goes into it. So we have a segment block where every day we'll be available to these kids. So I'll be available for an hour, he'll be available for an hour, and so on for the coaches, where the kids can take 20-minute blocks of their day to help us. So we can be able to help every kid. So they got, you know, something that they need help with on their work, they can call us 20 minutes at a time, you know, with Zoom call, anything, and help these kids with their work, go to their school, because it's more than football.
Definitely.
So, and like I say, at that time, with these coaches now, they'll grass these kids for a little bit of time and never see them again to practice. Nah, we want to go to their school, make sure they're doing good, you know, make sure they eat, and let's take them to school. You know, they might not like that food, that they might not eat, their parents might not have something, you know, because they are trying to do something with them to play sports. Like I said, we want to be there all around. Like I said, that's why I got a great man. He's been tremendous.
So y'all definitely hands on with it.
Oh yeah, it's
like,
definitely.
How many kids y'all got in the program right now?
So right now it's going to be 90 total kids in the program. So we doing 30 kids per division for our organization, for our football thing. So it starts at 8U, 10U, and 12U. So like I say, next year we're looking to expand way big. We got a lot of great partners. Shout out to McLaren Charlotte.
Oh, shout out to McLaren. Let me get one. My boy got one. I need one too. I mean, y'all can just give me one. I can't afford it.
Yeah.
Shout out to McLaren.
Yeah, college junk callers, man, they helping us. My friend, he owns that. Peter Calabai. He went to my high school. He played for Green Bay. He donated to help us out. We got Higher to Health. It's a nutrition company as well. They sponsored us. Lift Off Academy. One of my other coaches, he owns a training facility. He actually got a camp going on similar, just like ours, where you drop your kids off from 7:30 in the morning to 3:30. Sorry for the summer, and he's gonna feed them lunch and breakfast and lunch, and he's gonna have study classes in there, and the kids will lift weights twice a day. And most of our kids will be in that program as well, getting ready for the season for us as well. So like I said, man, I'm just grasping men that's in this community that I know can be a vessel to these kids, you know.
How do we get involved with the program? Number one, what's the official name of the program?
So the official name of the program is Brewers Sports to Capture Foundation. Our athletic facilities inside there, so like we're gonna have different organization teams.
Okay.
So our team that we started this year is the Carolina Rams.
Carolina Rams. Okay.
Yeah, and you can find that at CarolinaRams.com. On Instagram is Carolina Rams CLT. Facebook Carolina Rams.
Why the Rams though?
So it's a funny thing, and it's crazy. It hit me. So as a young child, I played for the Plaza Rams.
Okay. Yeah.
So
PAL. Yeah.
So our games was at
Power football.
Our games was at Cochran Middle School.
Yeah.
So that hit me. So like I said, God started talking to me, and I was talking to him about doing this literally like 2-3 weeks ago before we even started all this stuff, and I got an opportunity to go coach with Charles Johnson flag football team, and the jersey they laid out in front of me said the Rams. I said, yo, I played for the Plaza Rams. Now I'm about to coach this little league football team, the Rams. But I already had a mind in my head that I wouldn't start my own organization, the Rams. So I just knew it was time.
Yeah.
And,
God kept giving you the sign.
Yeah, God kept giving me the sign.
Yep.
And so like I said, that means a lot to me. And like I say, I know me as a man that never let me go back to the way I lived was I need more kids. And I wish my wife could have 80 kids, but she can't. So it's just like I know if I'm being a vessel to 90 kids, and then start to 500 kids, we can't let these kids down.
Right.
These kids are
they hold you
dependent on us.
accountable.
Exactly, and these kids are counting on us as their role models and leaders to help them. So that's what like I said. That's what we're going to do, even outside of our organization that we have. Me and him, we are troubleshooters with the state, so we're doing the stuff for foster kids as well.
That's dope.
So we got a great partner in that, Mr. Miller and Miss Miller.
Tyrone Miller, West Charlotte. Yeah, he tied West Charlotte.
He owns a company. He's a pastor and stuff as well, and he's seen. I met him through Nigel, and it was funny. Nigel introduced me to this great guy, and I said, Nigel, we've been knowing each other for like 15 years. And
He never introduced me to him.
And I got kind of mad, but he was like, man, it's God time, because he was a pastor. Nigel never had to endure the stuff I went through, so it was literally God time. Like, all right, now I can let you meet a certain, guy that's really great. So, like I said, they're doing a lot in the community. They donate, they do a lot back for the community, and they helping us as well in our organization for our nonprofit. And, we're helping them, grasp these young men as well.
Man, it's real dope what y'all doing. Carolina Rams out here. Shout out to your foundation and everything that you're doing. So, we sit back, we watch football. And I ain't talking about professional. I'm talking about when we see these high school coaches.
Right.
I don't know if y'all go to games and y'all hollering at the coaches, because I am.
Right.
So what do y'all see like with high school football now? What do y'all see like the mistakes these coaches are making with these kids?
Not understanding the kids. That's my biggest thing, because like I said, I encountered it with my coaches, and they didn't understand why I was really lashing out, And the thing, like I said, it stems with a lot of stuff at home, and they help you while you're there. But when I go home, coach, like you're not, like I'm with you all day long more than my family.
Right.
So when I go home and I'm looking for you, like I say, like, hey, I don't got no food in the house. I don't got this, I don't got that. And it's like, where you at? And like I say, it's a lot of stuff that I understand that coaches can't do, but it should be allowed for them to do a lot more. And like I said, that's the biggest thing. They don't understand the kids they got, because they tell you all the time to have a switch where you switch it on and off. Well, I was like, coach, so if I'm going back to my house where I'm living at, I can't just keep that switch off because I got to be able to adapt to my environment where I'm at. You know, here it's peaceful, it's a sanctuary. But when I go home, it's chaos. You know, outside is chaos. And like I say, that's why I want to be able to have our time volunteer to be able to pull up into that neighborhood, you know,
right? And that's important.
And to see who they playing with, you know.
Yeah.
Like I say, they can be easily influenced by their friends, you know, and not to try to I don't hang with them, but their friends might need guidance as well,
right?
You know?
Do y'all take the kids outside of the program? Like, do y'all take them out to eat?
Oh yeah, so that's the thing. That's the reason why, like I said, we're raising a lot of donation money because even our sponsors that we haven't played, we're gonna be eating at their restaurants.
Dope.
You know, and like I said, every week these kids will have something to do because of the fact that it's gonna keep them busy. And
Yeah.
you know, summer coming up, school out, you know, mom in the house, and a lot of these young parents, you know, they on social media these days, and they don't even know what their kids outside doing. And once again, you can't fault these kids because they outside getting in trouble when their parents are in the house looking at Instagram and Facebook and not trying to install the same things, you know. And there's a lot of parents that can't do that because they don't have the time. You know, I gotta go to work. I gotta do this.
You gotta work. We gotta put food on.
Exactly. So, so like I said, we want to be able to help every parent. You know, the kids that are doing good, but you know, the parents don't have time to, you know, be with them, or the parents that the kids not doing so good, but they need that guidance. Like, this program is for everybody, all walks, because once again, if we can talk to these kids and then these kids can see the good, they want to do good as well. You know, so like I say, it's not just for a particular set of kid demographic. You know, it's for everybody, and it takes a village to do that. So like I say, and that's starting with the kids, with the community help and everything, the parents, and like I said, I wanted to have a tight community and foundation with the parents as well to be able to open door, like, come to us, let us know, like, you know, it won't be out there to let known if you don't want to be known, but we really want to install great things and characteristics to your child, and we can't do that if we don't know.
Right.
So like, if we don't know your child don't have a meal at home, let us know. You
Right.
know, don't.
And a lot of people be shamed, and that ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
Now, I'm not ashamed, like I say, because
the kids ain't shamed. They want to eat.
They want to eat. Like I say, and like I say, we want to help them. So like I said, we have great resources going on, and like I said, we're still open to a lot more resources to come in. You know, if you go to our website, carolinarams.com, and the donation link is there. We are a nonprofit, so anything is appreciated. And I tell people all the time, even if it's $1.
Yeah, donate some.
If 10 people gave $1, now we got $10.
Right,
you know?
right.
If 10 people gave $10, you know, we got money now. So like I say, look, it don't matter about the amount, and that's why I even have a lot of people. Like I said, I got a big following in the community. I had a lady tell me, "Hey, I don't have the funds, but I braid hair. Can I do the kids' hair for free?" I said that means a lot too, because that's your time, your service. So like I said, we got it in place where if these kids can't get their hair done, you know, not the ones that mom looking for a way out, the ones that really need it, we got a place so they can go get their hair done. You know, we got people in place to help them with their schoolwork. You know, a lot of different things. So like I say, it can be your resources. Like, you know, hey, come out. We might have some kids that aspire to be media professionals. Like, hey, no limit, can I bring a kid in? Let them just interact.
Oh yeah,
you know.
sure.
And so like I say, it's a lot more to it. Like I say, a lot of things don't have to be with money. You know, it could be the time, your resources, something that you can install into these kids as well.
Exposure.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what's key, man. Exposure. You know, the more places you can take them, the things they can see outside of their everyday environment, they begin to believe more. And that's what happened with me. Like I started getting outside the hood all the time. I was everywhere. My mom had me in everything, and I just started seeing different stuff. And I was just like, bro, it's a world outside of your door that you ain't even explored yet. Like I grew up with some kids that had never been to a concert. I'm like, man, I've been to 10 concerts. Man, bring your ass on.
Right.
And I started letting them see my life, and then they started letting somebody else see. So that's how it should be, man. It says it takes a village to raise a child, and it really does.
Exactly.
It's still the same. It's still the same way.
But
the village got to be good though.
Exactly. They got to be. But like I said, and I feel like technology with social media influence it to go the opposite route. And like I tell people all the time, you have these resources in front of you, but you choose to do it wrong. I ask people, I say, how much you pay for your cell phone bill? They say, oh, $90, $100. I said, you got unlimited resources right there. So if you want to choose to be on Instagram for 8 hours a day, that's your choice. But you can be resourcing knowledges on how to start businesses, what you need, what type of insurance you need, what type of paperwork you need. You can find all that out right there
in the palm of your hand.
And you don't have to go to a library to pick 100 different books.
Right.
You can click on different tabs and open different tabs and read it. So
Right to Google.
right. And so I tell the people, you give them to your kids now. So what games and stuff are you putting on your kids' tablets and stuff? It's not saying that they can't have it. Like I tell my son, buddy, this is literally a privilege and a reward for you to have a game system. I didn't have one growing up so young. And I tell them, but what you're not gonna do is sit in the house and talk about a video game all day. You don't have to play football. You don't have to play basketball. You don't have to play soccer. It's chess. It's so many other things out there that you can be doing. It's coding. It's so much other than this video game.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can get this video game an hour a day. You get the video game an hour a day. I'm not gonna take it away from you. Have fun, but if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, like you're not gonna have to play video game all day. That
Right.
and like I say, that we need people like us, young men, older men, to change this in the narrative. And like I say, you can't help everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You can't help who don't want to be helped. You could take them to the water. You can't make them drink it, but in our foundation is gonna be a lot of water, so you're gonna have to drink some.
We're gonna pour it on your head.
Everybody get a cup. Everybody get a cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me talk the podcast. My man, I'm No Living Larry, Domo the Problem. Nigel,
Yes,
ride
sir.
with us, man. Hey, thank y'all for stopping in today, man. Give out the social media for you and for your program.
So you can find me on social media at Domo the Problem Child.
And don't try to fight him because he probably got the SWAT team with 26 shots. I'm just kidding.
And you can find me for my nonprofit at Carolina Rams, CLT on Instagram, Facebook, Carolina Rams, and the website is carolinarams.com.
And my IG is Don't Act Like the letter UOENO. Yeah, I made that when that song came out a long time ago.
I like that. I like that. Hey, man, keep up the good work. And I know it's been a long journey for you. The journey is not over.
Yeah.
Keep the work going. And, man, you're going to be rewarded for the work that you put in.
Thank you.
And you say you appreciate what I do. I appreciate what you're doing with these young men and these young women in your program. And you already know if you ever need me, you ain't even got to call, you text, whatever. I'm there.
I really appreciate it, man. Like I say, it's really a blessing to be able to do what I do. Like I say, it took everybody go through stuff in life, but it's what you do after that.
Yeah.
So like I say, it's great to have great relationships, with men like you as well. Because like I say, literally people know I look at a lot of stuff like, dang, well, he don't have to do that to get where he at. So I know I can keep going and building. So like I say, I want to just be that vessel to these kids, plant seeds, and like I say, it takes a community to do it, and I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Let me talk the podcast. We keep it 1,000 because 100 ain't enough.